in 10 days, I turn 34. Ouch, my 30s continue. Time goes on. Hey guys, hey, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Crazy times, as always. I've been on a bender. I went on a bender. The beginning of this quarantine, I was like going for hikes in the woods and shit, jogging in the forest, doing 2-mile walks, not drinking. And now I've just been drunk at a very expensive bar in town that I waste all my money at because it's the only personal connection I have to the bartender there who humors my stories and tales of intrigue. So yeah, I've been eating a lot of lobster rolls and drinking martinis at this stupid bar that caters to a bunch of rich fucks, bio-gentrifiers from the city. And of course, I'm okay because I live here. And that makes me a better person. Yeah, so I've been doing that. Trying to work out too. I've been swimming at this country club. It's so easy to make your life seem fantastic when it's actually a daily living nightmare. It's all in the presentation. Yeah, I swim at this country club, but if you have a membership to the Y, they allow you to like swim for 2 hours under armed guard. You know, there's like rednecks with aviators and shotguns watching you. And if you swim out of the 2 lanes that you're afforded, they fire a warning shot. And then if you drift into the main pool for the other country club people, you get shot on sight. So anyway, I've been trying to do that. But then like the neck, been trying to do backstroke. And I just tense up. And then the neck and the trigger points. And then the neck and the trigger points begin to flare up. And then you've got the pain that just continues to go and go and go. But no one's a qualified practitioner of myofascial release in this area. So I think the point is, for my birthday, I'm going to do a health birthday. All my other birthdays, I've been like, I'm going to go to Virginia Beach, I'm going to Virginia Beach, I'm going to drink Fireball, do Fireball shots, Jaeger bombs, try to fuck military bitches, and that'll be my birthday. I'm going to wake up with a hangover in a strange hotel or an Airbnb, and then I'm going to wonder why I'm alone in my life because I did all this by myself and have no meaningful interpersonal relationships. Okay? So instead of doing that, I'm going to do a health vacation. I think I'm going to go to a city that has the shit I'm looking for because, again, like I've been dealing with these like chronic pains and like restrictions, and they all have to do with the fascia, but no one really does myofascial release where I am. So I'm gonna go to a place that does that, and it's like it's half this very specific thing that I'm like trying to like get taken care of, but it's also lifestyle. Like, to be frank, all of my day I spend sitting down beating off. You know, I wish that were not the case, and I was just trying to be hyperbolic for comedic effect. But I have to work like 10 minutes a day. You know, I'm a copywriter. I like bang out some emails, and then I'm like, I'm gonna send that invoice. And I don't really have much else to do, and I try to anyway. These are again problems for the therapist, but I appreciate you guys listening to me about that. So I don't know. I'm thinking about either Charlotte, my stepbrother, and my stepdad are down there. It's a cool city. You know, I couldn't really tell much about it, but it's a city. It doesn't seem super fucked by COVID. And places are open. They do like outside patio shit. And I just want to be able to walk around, you know? It's like I'm in this fucking small town, which is great. And like if I was married, this would be a fantastic place to be. But to be just like a single-ish guy, who belongs to the city, he belongs to the night. It's tough to find a rhythm that's healthy, you know? That's the problem. I don't have a healthy rhythm. Unless I'm in these sheets, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Trying to get a girl on this dick. I don't know what's wrong with me today, guys. Actually, I think I was in a lot of pain. I feel better. I bought one of those, like, myofascial release balls. They're like 2 nut sacks connected. Or 1 nut sack connected. It's a nut sack for your back. For only $49.99, you too can get a nutsack for your back. So I did that, and I hurt myself real bad. I went too aggressive. I was like, man, let me just roll it. Ah! broke, like I did something, it popped really loud, and I was in pain for like 2 days that I paralyzed myself. Went to the ER again, and they know my face by name. They know my face by name. They know my name. Anyway, they were like, oh yeah, you were here like 3 weeks ago because you thought you had Fukushima poisoning from radiation winds or something. But anyway, I didn't paralyze myself. But it hurt a lot because I was just going too aggressively. And again, guys, when we're trying to address issues in our lives, you can't go too aggressively. You got to let your emotions and body melt into a solution sometimes. And I say that as a not medical professional with no credentials to substantiate my claims. So yeah, health vacation. So I don't know, Charlotte, Madison, Wisconsin. I love Wisconsin girls so much. Maybe Seattle. I wanted to go back to LA, but I don't know. LA just seems like it ain't gonna be doing nothing anytime soon. Particularly with comedy and production, commercials, all that good shit. Or a beach. I'd love to. If Florida, if they didn't fuck up Florida, I'd love to go to a beach in Florida and like get some myofascial release, like do some Tai Chi on the beach in the mornings, become Patrick Swayze in Point Break. It's always been about us versus them. Those sorry souls and those metal coffins on the freeway. So I think that'll be my birthday present. A healthy 2 or 3 weeks somewhere where I can just get my head on straight, get these hands on this body, maybe do some yoga, and feel okay. A few things to bitch about. My lesbian neighbors who I had a dream about. There's like one lesbian looks like they're adults. One lesbian looks like Dennis the Menace. The other one looks like Latrine from Robin Hood Men in Tights. Shout out to Suzanne on that one. I had a good sex dream. I had a sex dream about the more boyish girl over there. I don't know what that was about. I know what it's about. She's hot. She like has this like, she like struts around. She's like doing like yard work and shit. She's like, oh yeah, let me just move this rock. Okay, that rock goes over there. I have a lot of time by myself monitoring people in the neighborhood. I'm like fucking Jimmy Stewart in Rear Window. Well, what are they doing over there? Wow, that young lesbian sure looks like a boy. I lost it there for a second. No, wait a minute. No, you just hold on there. Where do you think you're... It's my Jimmy Stewart impression. I had a dream about them. But it's so funny to me how they're very clearly propagandizing their children and any other girl that like comes over there. Because I'm walking back from the store and the rain's about to be a storm. And the lesbians are on their front yard or front lawn. And they're like doing this weird like... They're so fucking theatrical. It's like so annoying. They're like all the fucking musical theater kids I hated in college and what made me not want to be an acting major when I should have been. Probably would have saved myself 5 fucking years of wasting my life. Because they're always just like, no, we like the meatloaf. Like in the cafeteria. Just like, dude, you just fucking shut up and get... Anyway. So they're on the front lawn and they're like doing some like lesbian rain dance with the kids. And like one of the little girls goes, come on, Rain. Be a man! Come on, Rain! Yeah! Come on! Pour it on, man! Only paying the other elements 25 cents on the dollar? I was like, wow, they are really getting started early over there. Like, they personified the rain as, like, male patriarchy. It was, like, fucking weird. And I was, like, I was kind of laughing at them. But trying to make them be like, ha ha ha, that is normal behavior over there, guys. Keep at it. But again, those lesbian moms are very hot, so we'll see. Another lesbian story. My buddy told me this is what's going to get me canceled, but I'm being very open about it. Look, I love lesbians. I'm always trying to date lesbians. Big fan of the lesbians. Look, if I could be a lesbian, I would be a lesbian. Okay, big fan. Okay. I was at this bar drinking alone the other night during my bender, and it was a table of women. And they were just like talking how women do. And I wasn't like, I don't try to talk to strange women at bars normally, unless there's like a very clear indication that they want to be spoken to. But one of them from the table got up and was like, do you have a cigarette? Like shit face. And I was like, I'm sorry, I don't smoke. And I'm starting to overhear their conversation. And they're like, they're planning a bachelor party. And then one of them says like, look, obviously, fuck the patriarchy. but what kind of cake are we going to get? Or no, she says, obviously, fuck the rituals of the patriarchy, but like, good cake is good cake. So what kind of cake are we going to get? And I was just like, you guys are so... But because they asked me for a cigarette, I was like, oh, all right, maybe this is like an opening to like say hello. And I was like, oh, you guys planning your bachelorette party? And one of them goes like, yeah. And I go, well, you know, if you ever need a stripper, my services are always available. Now, mind you, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I'm an out-of-shape 30-something-year-old. It was said in jest. You know, they were talking about the bachelorette party. And I say that, and then like the king lesbian over there is like, actually, I'm into women. And I was like, well, are you marrying one? And then she goes, it doesn't matter who I'm marrying. And I'm like, well, on the day it might. And these are the conversations that Duval has and why I have such an award-winning charm. And she goes, conversation over. And I was like, oh, you're just going to shut it down? Because I thought, okay, well, you girls have a nice night. Was I in the wrong? We'll never know. Then also that naked white woman protester. Ugh. Fucking, there's that fucking photograph of that, like, white girl in Portland spread eagle in front of the police officers, and everyone's just like, she's a hero. Catching all that hepatitis C on the streets in her naked vag. What a hero. It's just such classic white women needing to be at the center of everything right now. It's like, must be nice for you just to, like, sit naked and, like, just show your vag to these cops. Meanwhile, if you were a black woman or a black dude, you'd just be summarily executed for doing that. No, I'm using my privilege to make a point. Shut the fuck up. I don't know. I was at the coffee shop in this town. I monitor my book where it's placed in this coffee shop, and I like really enjoy watching people like go bug-eyed when they see the title. But right next to it is this fucking Farming While Black book that all these white people love going to. And they like trip over my book to get to it. I'm just like, and here's my thing about like black farming, or at least white people's sort of support and like push for like inner city gardening and like teaching black youth farming practices and techniques. I'm like, we already had that. It was called slavery. We're good. No, we're going to teach inner city youths how to till the land. No. We have a pretty good background of experience in that. What I want you to teach black kids is how to invest in ETFs, get a 401k, and understand real estate management practices so they can have whites like you till their land. That's the future I'm looking for. Yeah. Don't like white girls teaching young black men how to fucking farm. Just teach them how to manage the books. And you white girls can till all the live long day. What else is going on? Man, these Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter arguments are like a fucking Bugs Bunny cartoon. Did so, did not, did so, did too, did not. No, those are not Bugs Bunny. How's it go? No, that's Donald Duck. That's Donald Duck. Sucker and succotash. Well, I say that Black Lives Matter. Well, Doc, I say, Blue Lives Matter. Do not, do two, do not, do two, do not. And they trick each other. Remember those? When they would trick each other, you'd say the opposite. It's just like these, the arguments are childish, like these lesbians in town. Look, I'll stop using lesbian disparagingly. I don't mean it that way. It's just funny. It's easier than me saying rich white liberal, right? When I say rich white liberal, that's boring. Lesbian, you get the picture. The views expressed on Out My 30s do not necessarily reflect the actual opinions of Duval George Culpepper. I had a lot of coffee. I hadn't drank in 2 days. Maybe this is the key, Duval. Drink less alcohol, drink more coffee. But someone, did the Black Lives Matter spray paint on the street, I guess. And then someone came by with their own spray paint and put Blue Lives Matter. No, someone spray painted Blue Lives Matter. And then some other people changed it to Black Lives Matter. And it's just like, would you fucking just let people express what they want to express, okay? I understand until your Blue Lives Matter belief enters into the territory of physically harming or intimidating, and I guess by doing that, that's the goal, is to sort of like psychologically, put, I guess, black people on notice that like, but they're both saying the same thing at the end of the day. You care about a group of people who are in a dangerous situation, right? Both cops and black people, for different reasons, are in a very dangerous situation in this society. So both of these energies come from a place of caring. So why isn't that the overlap versus like, my belief is that my subsection of humans is more important. Well, it is my belief that my subsection of human is more. Do not, do to, do not. It's just this circular arguing is, it don't go nowhere. And what's the goal? Is the goal of Black Lives Matter just to alienate 50% of this country somehow? And I'm not, saying like, well, we need to be docile, niggas, so they accept us. No, that's not what I'm saying at all. But ostensibly and tactically, Black Lives Matter should be about changing the minds of people who don't think Black Lives Matter, right? And I just think there's a more inclusive way to like engage those people. Because we can't pretend there's not black cops. We can't pretend that there aren't white people who are oppressed by police as well. So I just think there's an overlap that people are like consciously ignoring because it's just easier to feel right and indignant than it is to actually engage people that disagree with you on some point. But I don't think, whatever. I don't even know the point I'm trying to make. It just annoys me. Just sick of people fucking in each other's faces, not changing each other's minds, or like thinking that it matters. Like to have the gumption to wake up in the morning and be like, let's go do a Blue Lives Matter counter protest to show these niggers. Let's go do that today, instead of bettering ourselves somehow. And the same thing for like, a Black Lives Matter protester. It's just like, why go fucking this? Let the people gather. Like there was some gathering by some old man who had this like duplicitously titled gathering called like the Occupy Peace Movement, but really it was just masquerading as a far right conflagration. Someone correct me, not saying that right, but that's how I'll say it. And people were just like, we got to organize a counter protest. Why? They're not like kicking in windows and yelling in people's faces. They're in the guy's fucking backyard. Like, just fucking chill out, guys. It's like we always take the bait. Like that's the problem. We take the bait in all these social issues in our society right now. It's like, can you believe Kanye said this? Yes, I can. That's how he makes money. He's about to drop a new fucking album, you idiots. Now we're talking about him and he's trending, and now his album's gonna come out. Like, just for once, when you see something you don't like, take a deep breath and go kiss somebody you like. Is that where? Yeah, you can take a deep breath and kiss somebody. Sure. All right. Anyway, that's my political part of this. Anything else going on in my life? Still not talking to my dad. Not for any particular reason, but just like, what am I gonna? At this point, it's like, what am I gonna say? Wanted to build my bat cave on the family property, but I guess I'm gonna keep on driving across America like a lonely psychopath. I don't know. COVID's a dangerous time for the loner, man. It's like it shows you how we were like 60,000 years ago as like I don't know how I just went to this, but it showed us how we were as like a tribal nomadic people where like if you weren't part of the tribe, you were fucked. If you didn't have like people to wander the Great Plains with to take down mastodons and saber-toothed tigers. I'm just naming Power Ranger beasts. You were fucked. If you were just out in the Serengeti by yourself, man, like the elements and the flora and the fauna would get you. And now we're back in a similar place where, if you don't have a functioning family structure or a functioning social structure, you see just how fucked you are. It's like for a guy like myself who relies on, meeting strangers in bars and weird gathering places to fulfill the fact that he doesn't have strong interpersonal relationships, as I've said before, it makes you look in the mirror and say, oh, well, why don't I have those things? And why do I rely on the company of a strange bartender to slake my crippling anxiety and loneliness? All right. I didn't do the CBT therapy. I was supposed to. I didn't feel like dropping $200, but I'll spend $200 at the fucking bar. These are the issues, Duval. Let's get them solved before your 34th birthday, eh, mate? Alright. I really enjoyed that conversation with those bachelorettes. Those lesbian bachelorettes. Actually, I'm not into men. What did I say in response to that? I'm into women. I'm like, are you marrying one? All right. Well, this is good. Can't think of anything else. Well, I'm sure I could. Starting to crash. That coffee was a lot. That cold brew, that'll get you every time. Let's not touch on gender pronouns today, Duval. We've done enough damage here. Oh, someone gave me some, like... I was at this coffee shop. I order a cookie. They give it to me with a card, and they say, oh, that's free. I'm like, why? They're like, read the card. I'm eating the cookie, reading the card, and it's like, Connor died of cancer 5 weeks ago to the day. It was his dying wish that at his favorite coffee shop, he could buy 5 people a delicious... I'm like, So I'm eating. I'm like, so it's free? Still? What's this cancer cookie you've given? Yeah. These are why we need open mics. All right, guys. Hopefully when next you hear my voice, I will be on a beach somewhere getting myofascial release, walking around town, and feeling good in the neighborhood. Till next time.